Come on in, everybody. Yep, it's 3 o'clock. Do you know where your fly lady is? She's right here. And she's going to talk about your desk. Come on in, folks. Yep, my glasses are crooked, so I got one eyebrow that looks like it's lower than the other. So I guess I tilt my head wrong. You just have to laugh. Just have to laugh. So come on in. We have I have an essay that I wrote. We have a whole section on our website called I don't know what it's called on our website, but it's a whole section about getting things cleaned up in your office and in your head. And this morning somebody asked if I kept on decluttering. Well, you got to keep on decluttering because you keep on getting paper, and papers need to go away, and you don't need to fill your office full of papers. So we have a free control journal that is the financial control journal, and it's like 11 steps to get control of your office. Now, some of you might not have an office. We have an office in the basement. I have my studio, but it's also doubles as a kiddie playground, kiddie jail, Robert calls it. At night, we tuck them in. Robert tucks them in. I'm not known for I have helped get them corralled, but they need to be contained at night. They'll be all over the house, pulling out everything. And so this is their little domain. They have a jungle gym, which is this closet. They can only get in the bottom part. And then they have a ladder over there that Robert built for them. And they're just funny. They have added so much to our lives, just so much. I was watching a little video a while ago, and this person had got adopted a cat that was a dwarf cat. It had little short legs, and they named him Ozzy. And I thought, well, it was a little black cat too. And I thought, well, Ozzy's a good name. And I thought, Ozzy, there's Ozzy and Harriet. We could name the other one Harriet. We have a male and a female. So get on in here. One of my favorite people in the world is Dave Ramsey. And anything you want to know about finances, Dave Ramsey's got a book on it. Dave Ramsey's got a daily podcast. I think his daughter may have taken over the daily podcast, but Dave Ramsey is everywhere. We used to go to homeschooling conferences, and one of the people we just loved, Elizabeth, her husband, interviewed with Dave Ramsey. They went to Nashville and met with Dave's team and Dave. They took two children, 2 suitcases, and the parents. And they may have taken 2 dogs. But they went to and they got interviewed. Now Elizabeth was a true flybaby. She had a house. They sold books at conferences, and they had a house full of books, and she couldn't let go of anything. Her husband got hired by Dave Ramsey, and they had to find a place to live. And they had nothing but the kids' clothes and mom and dad's clothes and the critters. They had nothing. They had to get some furniture. They had homeschool books, and it was the calmest Elizabeth's ever been. I just loved her testimony about how she moved away from her house full of clutter. Now, she had friends coming back from Africa on a mission trip, coming back to the States, and they got to move in to their home. Now, I don't know if they helped to declutter her home, but whatever it was, It worked. It worked for Elizabeth and her husband. But he that's my connection to Dave Ramsey. And at once upon a time I was going to be doing a radio show, and Dave Ramsey's people were so nice to tell me what I needed to do to do this radio show out of, I think it was out of LA. I never did the show, but they were so sweet. They were just really good Christian people that were there to help. Well, long time ago I was doing an interview with a reporter at the Sacramento Bee. And I kind of have this standing rule. I ask every reporter, what's your desk look like? It is what it is. And she says, well, my desk is a mess. And I said, call me back in 30 minutes when you get your desk straightened up. She said, what? I said, yeah, call me back in 30 minutes. And then I want you to tell me what you did to clean your desk off. She didn't much like that, but she did it. She did it. And her desk was a mess. Mine's not real good right now. I've got stuff that I show you occasionally sitting over here. I have my little stack of papers, our dance card for tomorrow, a little photo album that you can turn into a control journal. Everything I use is right here on my desk. I always put what I'm going to be talking about dead center, right here, center. And so one of the Ask Fly Lady question for today was, how do you clean off your desk? Well, here's how I do it. Get 3 boxes. 3 boxes. Label one left, one right, and one center. And then start taking everything off of your desk in that order. And they're right in front of you. They're just right in front of you. You can use tote bags too. I mean, I've utilized tote bags today. I reorganized my freezer. We got a new Moink box in, which had chicken and steak in it. And, it's nice to have a supply of food, but everything, I couldn't have gotten it in there unless I had reorganized my freezer. And I have little cubbies, little bins that pull out, but stuff still falls out and hits your toe. And I got little kittens now, and I don't want something to fall out of the freezer and hit a cat. It would kill them. So I buy these bags. It's like $20 for 10 of them, $2 a bag. And they're all different colors. So I labeled one steak and hamburger, another one chicken, and I don't have a whole lot of pork. I've got pork sausage. I've got some little pork tenderloins and some pork chops, not a whole lot of it. So it just went in one little drawer. But I put all my beef in a red bag or a hot pink bag, and I put all my chicken in a green bag, and they fit in the drawers, in the little baskets that pulled out, and they're labeled. And it made it so easy to incorporate the new Moink box that we got in at noon today into my freezer. And I didn't throw away anything. I took a couple of things out of the freezer to thaw up. Robert roasts pecans about once a month, and we had 2 bags of pecans in there. So he'll roast those, and I'm going to thaw them up so they won't be damp, and we'll be good to go. Well, your desk is a collection point of all your stuff. Just like you put things in your freezer, your desk it just holds everything. And so it's important to start with the top of your desk, because you can't sit down and write checks. And, I didn't even have any checks until yesterday. I had a bank account that I'd had to get a new bank account, and so I hadn't had checks for 2 years because I usually pay everything online, but you never know when you're gonna have to write a check. So I got some new checks, and I had to take them out of the packaging and put them in my checkbook and put them where they belong. I don't really have a desk unless it's this desk right here. I have an office in a bag that has cards and all kinds of stuff in it for me to do birthday cards and that sort of thing. And we used to sell this office in a bag, but you could get them at Target or Walmart. It's just a zippered notebook. That's all it is. It's a zippered notebook. When I was a kid, they called them trapper keepers, and I just couldn't wait to get one of those things. When I was in my 30s, I found this notebook cover on Eddie Bauer's website or catalog. They quit making it, and I still have the original somewhere. I think it's here someplace. The main thing is you got it all zipped up and you not going to lose anything out of it if you grab and go. It had a short little handle on it, and that's what we made. We don't have any more of them right now. Maybe one day we'll get some more, but right now we don't. And that became my desk. And the question was, I bought the office in a bag. It's great to keep your bills together, having a place to put your bills. My question is, what do you do with the paperwork from the bills that you pay once you keep the office in a bag? Well, I had a little, when I kept my checkbook in my office in a bag, I had a little manila folder that went in the back pocket, and I would clip like bills together, and you could keep a whole year's worth of receipts in your office in a bag or your trapper keeper or whatever it was. But what we do now is we just dump everything on our desk. Not everything has to be kept. And Dave Ramsey will tell you what you need to keep. Now, if you're deducting part of your house as an office for your husband's business or your business or whatever, then you got to be real particular about what you how you keep it. And I I used to be an accountant, y'all. I worked for a Jewish man. His name was Saul Unger. His wife went to church with me, and I helped him to do income taxes for several people in town. And what he told me was if people are going to start a business, they need to do all their spending out of a checking account. Don't really pay cash for anything. Everything needs to come out of their checking account. And then you can use their bank statements to do their bookkeeping. That's how I learned to do it. And it really did work. But if you're paying cash for things, you got to keep up with that spending. So Dave Ramsey can tell you how to get what you need to save. Not everything has to be saved because most everything we can find online and get copies of. So I would just make a manila folder that had the year on it when we clean out our purses on Friday. That's usually things you've paid cash for. You can take an old spiral notebook and have the kids just tape those receipts in the notebook that's already used up, and you have an amazing record of what you've spent. That's the receipts are in your purse. But clean off your desk, throw away the trash. Most of it's trash. I have a burn bag that the cats got into this morning. And that burn bag, we don't want anybody to steal our identity. So We don't put that kind of trash in our trash can that goes to the landfill. We don't do that. We put it in our fireplace or in our fire pit. And if you don't have a fire pit and you don't burn a fire pit occasionally, you're missing out on the greatest disposal unit for important papers. And every 4 years, you can burn a bunch of stuff because most things you need to keep. If you're going to deduct them, if it's for a business and you're going to deduct it, you need to keep it 4 years. If you're going to cheat on your taxes, you better keep things 7 years. Don't be cheating. And if you have a pile of papers on your desk that you put in those boxes, start going through them 6 inches at a time. And then put back exactly what you need on your desk. Your mat or your calendar, pencils, pens, and we're not even talking about the drawers yet. That's a whole nother thing. You need a trash can, and it's going to be wonderful. So check out today's Ask Fly Lady question. It will help you more than anything to get rid of that clutter that is your desk. And if that desk is in your bedroom, you might want to think about removing that from your bedroom, y'all. Look at this. My hair fell out. So, y'all, you can do this. You don't have to keep everything. I keep my calendars. I have a place in my bathroom because I keep my calendars in my bathroom that has a stack of 20 years worth of calendars in my bathroom, probably 24 years worth of calendars. Can you believe it? I can't. Life is short. It really is. Time flies when you're having fun. So, important things to keep is insurance policies, birth certificates, death certificates. Not every piece of paper is important, most is trash. I remember a story from Rita Davenport. She went on a 2-week vacation or longer, and she left her office, and they just came in and left the mail on her table, on her desk. And when she got back from the trip, her table was piled high with mail. And so to ease her mind, she took all that paper, raked it off in a garbage bag, and put it over on her credenza behind her desk. Well, the cleaning people came in that night and took it away as trash. She didn't know what she was going to do because she hadn't even gone through the mail. And over the next month or so, there were 3 pieces of mail that were important in this big bag of trash. One was an RSVP to a speaking engagement or some event she was asked to go to. And the other was 2 small checks that had been sent that she never cashed because they went in the trash or incinerator or something. And she didn't know about them. And they replaced those checks. Just think about that. A bag of trash, the majority of it, except 3 pieces of it, were really trash. Think about the mail that comes in your house every day. You might get one bill, and you might not even get that if you have paperless billing. We have automatic payment on things that we do paperless billing because you forget to pay it, and sometimes you don't see it in your inbox. So y'all, be aware. Deal with the mail when it comes in your house, and you're going to feel a whole lot better. You're not going to have piles. That desktop is going to stay clean. And every night or every day before you go to bed, clear off that desk. Deal with those papers. Deal with the mail. And you're not going to have that big mess anymore. process it as it comes in the house. It has to earn the right to come in your house. Well, I have a testimonial from somebody who put a shredder in her garage so that she could shred those credit card applications that have a card in them already. And she just stick them in there and just shred them as she was getting out of the car. 4 or 5 pieces at a time. They had to earn the right to come in her house. We need to be specific about what we let in our door. Because if we let things pile up, we need to process it. And 95%, we got mail yesterday. The only thing worth keeping was my little bag of checks. That's it. That was it. Rest of it went in the burn pile for the fireplace. Won't be long before we'll be able to have a fire. So y'all keep your desk clean. The desk is a sign of what's going on in your mind, just like your hot spots are. You can get control of those hot spots, and you can gain control of. I forgot to turn on the chat. Y'all are busy. Anyway, y'all get your desk cleaned off. It'll be worth it, I promise. You might even find some money, gift cards or something. You might find them if you clean all up that paper clutter. We got update. My job interview went great. We chatted for 2.5 hours. How wonderful, Trisha. Life is good, and we thank God. We thank God. So y'all, be good, kind, and sweet. Spend some time with the Lord in prayer and spend some time in the Word. It's what we can do right now. And don't wear your heart on your sleeve. I said something this morning that upset somebody. I just delete it. I'm not going to dwell on it. Not going to dwell on it. I didn't mean to hurt anybody's feelings, but I'm not going to allow people to make me feel bad about something I'm not going to feel bad about. Not going to do it. So it's always going to be a master bedroom to me. And it's whatever room you're in, because you're the head of your household, you and your husband. I will see y'all tomorrow. It's Friday. We're getting ready for a weekend to make some memories. And y'all have a good time. Grab a tool and let's get some stuff done. Clean off that desk. It'd be a great way to start your weekend. 3 boxes and a trash can. Left, right, center. And then start going through those boxes. Keep what is important and get rid of what isn't. Maybe you could roast some marshmallows with those papers this weekend. I love you all.